Okay, so when we travel, our backs can get really cranky. So here are a few things that you can do before and after you travel, whether you're flying on a plane, sitting in a car. Your back usually sits and you're in a bit of a tuck position. So really you're cramming down on your organs. Your abdominals are not able to support your spine as much. And then you're getting a lot of hip flexion tension. So we want to release our sacral area, we want to release our hips, and then we want to reconnect our core muscles so that they're supporting our spine correctly. So the first thing we're going to do, you can take a pillow or a ball, usually in a hotel room or wherever you are, you can at least grab a pillow, something to squeeze and engage those inner thigh muscles. The inner thighs really help to support our pelvis and then release tension into those back muscles. So giving a slight squeeze, you're gonna start with your 360 breath. So I want you to take a big inhale and feel your ribs really expand out to the sides. And then exhale. And again, you're gonna inhale and exhale. At the same time, see if you can't fill your back into the mat. So when you inhale, your back expands back into the mat. And then exhale, drawing those lower abdominals in as your ribs will close. And you give a slight squeeze into this ball. Then one more time, we're gonna expand on all four sides. You really feel like you're inhaling all the way down into your low belly. Let it go, let it expand, because you're also trying to expand in sides and back. Try not to just expand and get tension in the neck and the upper spine. We don't want that, or upper traps. So now we're gonna go into knee sways. So keeping the ball, both knees are gonna lift and tip over to one side. You'll feel that right side release when you're tipping to the left, and then come back to center, and then you'll go the other way, exhaling over, getting that opposite side to really stretch and release, and coming back. So going back and forth, reaching across, and center, and reach across, and center. You can take anywhere from 5 to 8. Then separate those feet, keep the ball, we'll go into some bridging. You'll exhale, go into a pelvic tilt. That means you're gonna curl your tail under you, using your abdominals, not tensing in the quads or the hip flexors. So you can take one finger in the hip flexor crease, one on the low belly. Exhale, draw, and feel the abdominals connect to curl, but then it's still soft and squishy underneath your fingertips. You'll squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up, holding here. So in this bridge, the ribs are trying to stay connected into the hips, and your thighs are really reaching out long. We're getting tension in the hamstrings and the glutes, and then we'll roll it back down. Big inhale into all four sides, expand. Exhale, connect deep into the core, finding that brace, finding that squeeze of the inner thighs, and then squeeze the glutes, lift the hips and hold, and then rolling back down. And so you'll do anywhere, again, from 5 to 10 of your bridges. So taking the ball now between the hands, you can also have your pillow. We're gonna go into dead bugs. So legs will come up to table. If keeping both legs at table is too much for that core, you can keep one foot down. So I'll demonstrate both, first with the foot down. We're gonna exhale, find our brace, right? So our abdominals are tight. We don't have any tension pushing up or down. It's just a tight, flat system here. Ribs are closed, they're aligned over the hips, okay? So again, we're not talking about the squishy stuff on top, we're talking about the muscles, keeping that nice and tense. We're gonna exhale, reach the arms overhead as we stretch the leg out, inhale, and come back home. If you're doing single leg, you'll do anywhere from 3 to 5 on one side, and then you'll come back and switch, exhaling as we reach, inhaling back to center. So the lower the arms and lower the leg gets to the ground, the harder it's gonna be for our core to keep that control. So you can be your best judge there, wherever you are, at home or in a hotel room. Both legs will come up to table to keep more tension. On your exhale, we'll stretch the arms and legs out. Inhale, come back to center. If both legs is too much, keep one leg at table and stretch one leg out at a time. So you'll alternate the single leg, and you can take both legs and in, okay? So that will connect the core on a lot of levels. So getting rid of the ball, we'll flip over and come into hands and knee position. We'll go into a few cat-cows. So when we exhale, and round their spine. You want to think of really lifting the rib cage up to the sky. So it's a long rounded spine. You're not just rounding the upper back or lower, but it's the entire spine. Inhale to lengthen the spine and come out. So we're not just dumping low back and getting tension, but extending the chest forward and extending the tail back. Exhaling to curl, lifting the base of those ribs up towards the sky, getting that long rounded spine. And then inhale to lengthen, and then coming back to center, we'll come back into that neutral spine with those abdominals connected in. Toes are tucked under. We'll go into your bear crawl plank. So inhaling to all four sides, exhale, connect in the low abs, lift the knees just a smidge. You're gonna hold it here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come down. Inhale, exhale, connect the low abs, lift the knees and hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down, and one more. Inhale, expand, exhale, connect, lift the knees and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come down. Excellent. So once you've gone through your connection and release the lower back, we can go into some stretches. So you can take there's theories behind both static stretches and active stretches. Both have benefits. Really the biggest thing is to do them. So if you prefer one or the other, that's great. I need you to do it. Stretches are not effective if we don't actually do them. And so instead of getting caught up on what's the best option, just pick one and try. So we're gonna take the right ankle over the left knee. So you have two options here. You can exhale and tip it over, getting that stretch in that opposite hip, low back again, and come back to center. Or you can come up and grab onto that opposite leg. If you're having issues with the neck, you can always pillow the head, keep something underneath that. We're stretching out into the hip, okay? So holding for 30 seconds to a minute. If you're taking the stretching in motion, going back and forth, taking anywhere from 3 to 5, and then switching sides, okay? So the other option is to pull the knee. So I have my right knee pulled in, my left hand's gonna come across and grab that knee. It's gonna pull across to my opposite shoulder. That's gonna give you a little different piriformis stretch. Try not to roll over towards that knee, but keep your opposite hip anchored down and pull that knee across to your shoulder. Just hold that, again, 30 seconds to a minute. Pause, and then release, okay? The next one, you can take one leg straight up to the sky. You can take the hands underneath the thigh or a little higher. If you've got a strap, you can flip it around your foot. We're gonna flex and point the foot. So you should feel calf and hamstring. So calf, hamstring, taking 8 to 10, flex and point. Then you're gonna turn out the leg slightly, pull it across your body and just hold it. You'll feel that more lateral stretch on the side of that hamstring. Again, breathing and holding anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. And then coming back, if you'd like to move through the stretch, you can cross it over and come back into center. And take anywhere from 8 to 10, cross and back to center. Rocking yourself up or seated. We'll do one last stretch here. Coming either onto the side of your bed, this way, side of the bed. So the lower abdominals are on, your back leg is on top of the bed. This leg would be on the floor and you're pressing the pelvis forward. So coming from this opposite side, hip is down. So what you want to avoid is again, sitting and just having it be a lower back. So abs are connected, ribs are connected to the hips, squeeze the glutes, press the pelvis down to really think of opening the top of the hip flexor and quad, and you'll just hold it. If that feels okay, you can bend the knee and stretch it. The biggest thing with bending and stretching the leg, again, is to not sink, right? So keep that lift, bend the knee, quad, and stretch. You also feel the hamstring. Then you can lie down further on the bed, reach back, grab onto the foot, lie all the way down, and get a good quad stretch, and let the other leg stay down on the ground. So just pressing that leg in, you can activate it by pushing the foot into the hand, hold for 1, 2, 3, and exhale and pull in. Press and hold, 1, 2, 3, exhale and pull in. So again, taking any of those stretches 3 to 5 times, just getting your body mobile, starting it to move again, will help reintegrate your back, your spine, and your core. Last stretch you can do, Feet on the ground, well, not last stretch, but last one I'll show you today. Feet are on the ground. You can take one arm up and overhead, big side stretch, and then switching, big side stretch. So you make sure you get those lateral muscles to open up. Then you can also take your rotation either way and just moving that rotation back and forth. All right, have a great day, you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.